Welcome to the video, where I'll walk through what's new in Steelray Delay Analyzer 0.16. Besides some bug fixes, we've incorporated some of your suggestions and made the application even easier to use. In the period detail view, there are three new columns. The exec column shows the number of workdays in the period when the activity was executing normally. The delay column shows the number of workdays in the period where the activity was delaying due to slower than expected execution. And the wait column shows the number of workdays in the period where the activity was waiting for one or more predecessor activities to complete. So in this first period, we can see that the DEM 1010 cut cap existing utilities had normal execution for 11 working days and had a 2 working day delay. DEM 1040 stakeout LOD had to wait 2 working days for a predecessor to complete. You may have already noticed that the column headers in this view all have tooltips which explain the columns. Another improvement in this view is that the units in these first 6 numeric columns have been expressed in working days and the units are displayed. Some minor improvements have been made to how the timeline diagrams are rendered, and some of the terminology was improved in the legend. Clicking on activity IDs, or names, now horizontally centers the Gantt view around the period in question, in addition to locating the activity. Finally, we added a summary section for schedule revisions with a link that takes you to the revision entries in the Gantt timeline. Let's look at changes in the Gantt view. I've wanted this next change for a while. You can now hold down the Shift key and click or drag to change the data date. Next, those activity timeline diagrams with the chevrons are now rendered in the activity bars. Some of them roll up into the summary bars as well. There's a new Options button. For now, the only option is turning on and off those indicators, but we expect we'll add more options in future releases. Finally, in the future part of the schedule, i.e. to the right of the data date, we roll up critical and near critical activities. Solid black is critical, and a half black stripe shows near critical. We added a new type of schedule revision for when an actual date is in the future. These entries will be labeled as actual starts revised inappropriately. And finally, in the detail pane for progress interval timeline entries, you can click on an activity name and the view will be centered around that corresponding interval. And that's it for Delay Analyzer 0.16. Thanks for watching.